Well, hello there, motherfuckers. So, a little update video here. I was talking about Enzo being suspended. So, you know, this nut job, this wide-eyed wacko gets on the internet, makes a video accusing Enzo of raping her back in October 2017. You know, and I gave my thoughts on that. And Enzo has now been fired. Not suspended anymore. It's been upgraded to a firing. Enzo has lost his job. He's gone. He's not going to make money with WWE anymore. He doesn't get to do what he loves to do. This is a man very charismatic. He's like bought a whole wardrobe just so he could play this character on television and entertain all of you. Somebody comes along out of the clear blue sky, no evidence, no DNA, nothing at all, nothing to back up this claim. It is baseless that he raped her, and he has lost his job. Now I understand that Enzo is a celebrity. Wrestling has lost a lot of popularity. WWE has lost a lot of popularity and viewers, but he's still viewed every week by, you know, 3 million people. They don't retain that for the whole album, but whatever it is, Enzo is known by people on the internet. He's got Twitter followers, so there is a good chunk of people that know this guy, you know, the population in this country, at least around the world. So, you know, it's not good publicity to have somebody like that on your roster, on your TV show, with those accusations swirling around him. But they're just that. They're accusations. As I said in my previous video, all you have to do to make an accusation is to use your power of speech. All you have to do is open your mouth and speak. Words come out. People hear them. And I know this sounds like really simple, and I'm like breaking it down, talking to you like you're an idiot, but I'm really just trying to put it the best way that I think that I can. Anybody could say anything. And based off how you feel about that person, so a lot of people don't like Enzo. They know Enzo, but they don't like him. They heard that he has a big ego, that he likes to talk about the money he makes, that he talks about how good he is. And, you know, this is how people are in show business. Elton John, for example, brilliant musician, a massive ego. He thinks he's the best of all time. Are there merit to those claims? There might be. I do believe that Elton John might be one of the greatest musicians of all time. He is certainly an excellent musician. Is he maybe the best? I'm not sure. I probably wouldn't say that he's my favorite of all time, but you do get to earn a certain level of egotism when you are good, you know, because you could back it up. So I don't have a problem with that. A lot of people do have a problem with egos. When you start shoving them in people's faces, when you're on that recipient end, it doesn't really feel that good. It could be annoying. I understand that. But, you know, and you don't like his character on TV. I understand that there's a lot of people that aren't enjoying season 8 of The Walking Dead, and you're entitled to that opinion. You don't have to like things that other people don't like. Like, I understand. I'm a Trump supporter. You're not. That's fine. I have many friends who are not Trump supporters. I work with people that are my friends and my coworkers, and there's not a single person at my job that likes Donald Trump. They know I like Donald Trump, but we still get along. Because it's not the be-all, end-all. We have a differing opinion. Yes, this might be a different world outlook, and we have different opinions that are pretty major. But that doesn't mean that we can't coexist like normal human beings. But that's neither here nor there. So you have a different opinion on this particular wrestler. He is a wrestler. What he does is not real. It is a performance. It is like saying that you don't like you don't like Hayden Christensen because he portrays Darth Vader, the villain in Revenge of the Sith. He's playing a role. It's not real. He's not really Darth Vader. He really didn't kill those younglings. And like I said, I don't want this to sound cornballish. I don't want this to sound cheesy, that like, you know, I'm talking about these things to evoke emotions and make an overly emotional video. Enzo's playing a character. If you don't like him, that doesn't mean that he's automatically guilty of rape. That you people are actually hoping and praying in your heart of hearts that the man is indeed guilty of such a terrible crime. And let me get something straight here. This in no way is meant to belittle rape in any way by calling her a liar or anything like that. If somebody does indeed rape somebody, they should be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. When people do rape others, actually the laws for rape, you know, they're not strong enough for the true rapists. Some people only get out in a matter of years. I've seen people get out in a single year of time. So, the thing is here, we have a lot of people in Hollywood who have raped, and there is proof of these rapes. We have, for example, Harvey Weinstein, who, you know, raped some underage girls, as a matter of fact, which would classify him as a pedophile. You also have Kevin Spacey, who outright admitted when somebody made the claim that he did rape somebody when they were 15 years old or so. And these people are out walking the streets. They're making movies. They're at award shows. Okay, well, I don't think they were at award shows, but you get the point. They are still active. They're still allowed to do what they do. Harvey Weinstein is still a producer. He's still active. He hasn't faced trial. He hasn't been arrested. He hasn't been taken into custody. Right away, the person that accused Enzo, the girl, she just basically pointed her finger, so to speak, and this man was whisked away, suspended instantaneously, and now ultimately fired. And there is still no evidence. There's no base to this claim. And the man is already being treated like a guilty man. How is this acceptable or possible in our society? Oh, Brad, it's just wrestling. Yeah, but I know it's so much more because I just explained to you it's been going on in society now for a long-ass time. Take a look at some people out there. They have been arrested, prosecuted, sentenced with a fair trial, and sent to prison with no DNA tests, just on the basis of a claim. And this, for some reason, only applies to rape accusations. It's like the justice system got criticized because they weren't doing enough for rape. They weren't punishing people enough. And that may be true. I am here admitting that that is true. The fact that somebody spends less than a year in prison for a rape is truly detestable. And that should be fixed. But you can't just, in order to get your quota up for sentencings of rapes and people getting imprisoned due to rapes, you can't just artificially inflate those numbers by locking everybody up that gets accused. Because guess what? I explained this in my previous video when all I thought it was is that Enzo was getting suspended. People are capable of lying, and they do it all the time. They do it in our media. They do it in our newspapers. They do it on television. Everybody does it. Your family lies to you. Your friends lie to you. Your boss lies to you. Your coworkers lie to you. There's liars all over the place. Chances are that most of the time when people open their mouth, it is a lie. People lie. Some people have disorders where all they do is lie. It's called pathological lying. There's disorders in the world where all people do is lie, such as borderline personality disorder. People have mental disorders that prevent them from telling the truth. And we're not looking at that. We need to take that into consideration. That people are not always being honest. When one opens their mouth, he or she, it does not matter on the gender of the person, but they might not be telling the truth. Just because somebody makes a claim, if they make a claim, okay, we have to investigate, but there has to be evidence. If somebody goes into a police station and makes a report, yes, the police should investigate. But if there is no clear-cut evidence, if there's no DNA of that particular person that has been accused on that individual, then how are they even being arrested? You should not be arrested due to a claim. Probable cause. What is probable about Enzo raping this girl? Besides a fucking internet video. See, this is the problem with the internet. Anybody could put anything out there and people just instantaneously believe it like it's fact. Just because we're a reputable news organization, or, you know, somebody's just accusing somebody of something so horrible. See, because there's a lot of emotion invoked in rape. And the media has been cause of that. Because, like I said in my previous video, it's like when someone says rape, everything stops dead, everything gets silenced, we block everything out, all logic, everything, and we're like, okay, we have to feel bad for the victim. Even though they might not even truly be a victim. Because it is outrageous, the explosion of how many accusations are being thrown around left and right. For example, Sylvester Stallone was accused and it turned out to be total BS. You can't just keep on accusing people left and right of different things. And if it's not true, you can't go locking people up. You can't go arresting them, incarcerating them, because, you know, you are very passionate about something like rape. And, you know, you want, yeah, me too. I'm not like obsessed with the goddamn thing. You know, I don't sit around all day thinking about rape. If I did, something be very, very gravely wrong with me and my mind and my thought process. But there are those who do. They're obsessed with it. And maybe we need to take a look at those people. You know, these people that keep on encouraging and telling people, oh, you know, keep on doing it. All it's doing is bringing out nut jobs, because half of the shit isn't even true. So with that in mind, we shouldn't be so quick to judge. Everybody in this country is innocent until proven guilty. And that is backed up by our Constitution. Ever since our country got going as the United States of America, that has always been how our justice system has supposed to been operating. That is how it's supposed to be operating. But they are breaking the law by a judge sentencing somebody. Now, Enzo hasn't been sentenced yet. Let's get that clear. I want to put that out here in the video. But even when it comes to arrest, you still have to have probable cause. There needs to be something there, not a fucking video on the internet. If it wasn't for the existence of the internet is great. People have been awakened to so much because of the internet, because it is the information superhighway. But I've said it many times in the past in previous videos. There is a balance, just like the Force in Star Wars. There's good and there's bad, and you need to resist the pull of the bad and go with the good. And you, as a person, you need to use your mind. You need to use the cognitive, problem-solving, reasoning part of your mind, and you need to judge what is real and what is fake. You need to have good judgment in order to survive on this planet, or you're not going to last very long. That's survival of the fittest. But you need to judge. We have to look at this situation as a fair, objective person. This girl has no evidence. The police have no evidence. Nobody has any evidence. WWE doesn't have any evidence. So why is he being locked up? Because somebody said j'accuse? like they used to back in the day. That's how it used to be. Back in the day, you know, they made fun of it. Back in France, you know, back during the times of the Soviet Union, you know, you could just accuse anybody of being a traitor and they'd be locked up instantly because, you know, those were different countries. That's not the United States of America. So, you know, you could clearly see like, okay, so there's a clear difference in how they run their justice system. But that's not how it works here. That's how it was never supposed to work. You can't just start accusing people and get them locked up just because, you know, you don't like this person, you don't like that they're famous, and you want to take them down a couple of pegs. That shit needs to be prevented. We can't just have people screaming their heads off, oh, you raped me, accusing everybody left and right. I mean, it makes us look like a joke. That we're actually taking these accusations as seriously as we are when there's no clear-cut evidence. Okay, suspend it. I could start to see it a little bit until things maybe clear up. Keep them out of the public eye. That's even, I'm not even in full agreement or even halfway agreement with that. But to fire the man and rob him of his livelihood because one single person on the internet made a claim with nothing backing it up at all. So basically, this girl said something that she just probably cooked up. And if it is true, she looks like a nut job. You can just tell by looking. How is it possible that people can't just look at these people and know something's wrong with them? Can't you look in people's eyes and tell that they're deranged? I mean, use some reasoning. Unless you're deranged yourself, unless you have a mental disorder, you can clearly see that this girl has one. And she should not be taken seriously. Okay, and maybe she does have, maybe you could say, oh, well, she has a mental disorder. All right, she looks crazy, but what if she's telling the truth? Okay, then. If Enzo's guilty, by all means, prosecute the man to the fullest extent of the law. I never once said that in this video at any point. Rewind it and check it. I did not say that he is innocent. Do I think that he probably is? Yes, because I think that she's nuts. But if it does come out that she is, I'm still leaving a bit of a shadow of a doubt there. I'm giving the benefit of the doubt to the girl that it is possible that maybe Enzo might have done something there. But, you know, until I see it, I can't believe it. You know, that's the thing. That's the old expression. You have to see it to believe it. Yes, you do. You have to see something in order to believe it when it comes to the Justice Department anyway. That's what I'm talking about here. I don't want people to start saying, you know, ignorant, stupid things like, oh, you can't see God, but you believe in him. So I don't want to hear dumbasses like that. Please stay out of the comments if you're going to say stuff like that. You know, you guys know I don't go and delete comments. I'm not one for blocking people, but I'm really not in the mood. I hear a story like this, and I think you can tell in the tone of my video, I'm not being comical. I'm not being, you know, funny here. I'm not making jokes. You know, I might be talking about the girl's wide-eyedness, but I'm being fucking dead serious here. It's not a fucking joke. It really isn't. Because I am getting so sick and tired of society catering. It has a lot to do, and somebody brought it up in the previous video, about the whole feminist movement. What the fuck does rape have to do with feminism? Feminism is all about empowering women. Well, women already have all the same rights as men. So you have a women's march out there, and this is a whole different video I'm getting into, but women have all the same rights. Women have every single right they could possibly have. They have the right to an abortion. They can marry another woman if they choose to do so. There's CEOs. There's people, you know, the CEO of Pepsi. She's a fucking woman, okay? And not only that, you know, she's not even a white woman. So there you go. I mean, so you want to talk about the patriarchy and all this stuff. Oh, it's a male-dominated society. I get that. But the thing is, there's more women in the world. Look at it statistically. There's more women in the world than men. Okay? So with that in mind, it's bullshit. So, but you want to talk about, okay, so we need to be holding more men responsible for rape. Yes, if they're guilty of it, by all means, hold them responsible. But you just can't go on a whole campaign, all this warfare, just, you know, targeting, putting the crosshairs on every single male in existence, because there are women out there, you could go check it on Twitter. You could go check it on YouTube. There have been women that have outright called for the extinction of the male race. I don't care if you want to call it a conspiracy theory, but once I hear more than one person call for it, and it starts growing and growing over the years, I start getting concerned. And when I start seeing stuff like this, I start getting a little bit upset. I think you can kind of see, like I said, if you have that cognitive part of your brain that, you know, you could be reasonable and you could see where people are coming from. I kind of think you kind of see where I'm coming from in this video. Am I right, people? Am I right? Do you kind of see where I'm coming from here? You know, that I'm getting a little bit upset when people's livelihoods, when a guy, all he wants to do is entertain. Like I said, if the man is guilty of rape, by all means, lock him up. Do what you gotta do. He deserves it. He raped the girl, he should have to pay for it. But when you see a wide-eyed nut job, you know, talking about something that, you know, nobody else has any knowledge of, she's waited months, it's like all of a sudden that she just thought something up. We don't know who she is, a crazy ex-girlfriend, and people are already, oh, lock him up, Enzo is guilty. You know, okay, so people are gonna probably say, oh, hypocrite with Rich Swann. Okay, but that was different. We saw him, we saw him put a headlock on the girl, and there were witnesses. So that's a different story. So I don't even want to hear that shit about Rich Swann, okay? The thing is, like, you probably shouldn't be putting a girl in the headlock. This is a different story. We're talking about accusations and somebody just saying something out of the clear blue sky and being taken seriously, and being taken very seriously, because the man has lost his job. Does anybody, like, not understand that? Okay, I know Enzo's got a lot of money probably that he made off of WWE. I really don't know. I don't know what his I mean, he was talking about, that was the whole thing why a lot of people don't like him. Certain wrestlers have a problem with him because he talked about how much money he made. Okay, so, you know, so he's got the money and everything like that, but it doesn't matter. If the guy still wanted to continue the work and do what he loves to do, his livelihood, then that's up to him. And to have somebody rob you of something you love, I mean, I can't even imagine what that feels like. You know, all because of, I mean, it must be killing the man, knowing that all somebody has to do is come out and say something, and they're instantaneously taken seriously. And it shouldn't be. Do I really even need to say that? Do I really have to honestly make this video to really illustrate the point and verbalize it and really break it down for you? Can you people really not kind of figure it out on your own? You know what I mean? Not to insult you guys, but I'm just saying, like, you know, I got to get my thoughts out there. But people, if you're reasonable, if you're looking at things through objective eyes, there's no way that you could just instantly say that Enzo is guilty and that this girl should be taken seriously. You could kind of see that there's something wrong with this picture, that they're moving a bit too quickly, that, you know, they're being a bit drastic about the situation based on the fact that there's really nothing to back this claim up. I don't know, guys. I don't like the way society is going. I don't like how we're catering to certain groups and we're just kind of throwing others to the wayside. I mean, I don't get how we could have fallen this far. There's so many people in the world and we've let the nut jobs basically take over. How is this possible? I know it has a lot to do with indifference. I know it has a lot to do with the zombie-like effect of social media and cell phones on society. Like I said, the medium that I am coming to you through has good and bad. It has dumbed people down, but it is also smartened people up in the same breath. And I like to feel that I've contributed. No, not to the dumbing down part, but the smartening people up. And that, you know, even if I'm not smartening you up, I'm not like raising your IQ any, you know, digits. You could at least say that I've at least given you some thoughts. I've given you some ideas that you've maybe molded over for a little bit, at least for a couple of seconds or a minute. That something I've said all the time I've spent here on YouTube has gotten through to you, and you've thought of me and you've remembered my words. I mean, that's all I could really hope for. So there you go, guys. I mean, we have a man now who's been stripped of doing what he loves to do, all because of the words of another person. Not saying this is the last video, guys, but, you know, probably not, because there's probably going to be developments in the story, and you can be sure that I'll be right here filling you in on it. You know, it's like, I don't enjoy making videos like this. I really don't. I'd rather, like, you know, be like my Raw 25 review. Just, you know, just joking, jumping around, you know, making fun of stuff. But sometimes I'm sorry. I know you guys, you know, the majority of you want to see wrestling videos. Well, this has to do with wrestling. This has to do with a wrestler that I like. And it has nothing to do with me liking him, my opinion on the situation. Even if this happened to Finn Balor, I'd still feel the same way. I fucking swear to God that I would go after that accuser the same way. Because this is a different avenue of entertainment. You know, not of entertainment, but this is a different avenue altogether from entertainment, I should say. It has nothing to do with the entertainment aspect, the show aspect of it. It has everything to do with the mentality and the current climate that we're living in. So there you go, folks. Y'all wanted to know what I thought of this situation. I let it all pour out here in this video. Got a little bit emotional, and I'm proud of it. I mean, like I said, these are the videos, really. I mean, like I said, I love to have fun on here, but I also like to get my thoughts out, too. Like I said, you guys have seen, I've kind of cooled it on my political videos, but I think maybe it's time to go a little bit more full frontal with them. Maybe having a good time all the time on this channel is not a good thing, because I think it's important that we get these views out there. I don't, you know, as many people that have radio shows and vlogs on here talking about their opinions on society. I mean, like, it's not about politics. It's not all about taxes and war and stuff. There's stuff like this that's political that we need to talk about here on this channel. I'm sorry, I'll be going against who I am as a person. I'm sorry, I have convictions, I have morals, I have values. I know that might sound a bit strange coming from the person that greets you by saying, hello there, motherfuckers, but I am sorry. It needs to be done. And if no one else is going to do it, then just by me saying it, you know that I'm going to be the one to take up that mantle here. I want to entertain, but I also want to inform, and I need to get my opinions out there. I need to get my viewpoints out there. I need to have people to vent to. And you people, I'm sitting on the couch right now, and you're my psychologist. You're my psychiatrist. You're the person I'm talking to, the person that I'm confiding in. I wouldn't want to have it any other way. Like I says, you know, I might diss people, talk about YWC, and, you know, and say, oh, people are smarks and everything, but that's just wrestling at the end of the day. No one's getting hurt. You know, there's no violence. Nobody's doing anything against the law. Nobody's breaking the law or anything like that. So, you know, at the end of the day, it's all fun and games, basically. But when it comes to this, and I gotta be serious, and I gotta talk to you, you know, in a serious tone, serious voice, you know, eyes looking right at you that could cut through to your soul. You know, I gotta be honest, guys, I appreciate you more than anything. The fact that you click on this video and you even give a shit what I have to say means the world to me. It really is. I mean, I've started off so small here on this channel, and you know, even though I've had a hard time really breaking through certain thresholds, you know, and people have even, like, made fun of me. I've been stuck at, like, I haven't been able to even make it to the 6,000 subscriber mark. I still always look at my statistics, and I always look at, you know, the cumulative watch time and the number of minutes, and I have to smile. I have to really say that I appreciate all the people that take the time out of there. There's so many videos here on YouTube, and the fact that you choose mine means the world to me. So like I said, I want everybody to come together, and when we do videos like this, this is why I'm making them. because I want to reach you. I got to get my viewpoints across, and the fact that you even care to listen to what I have to say means the world to me. I have to throw a little bit of positivity in here because this video was so negative, and I mean, there's nothing I can do about the tone of it. It's a very negative story. So, but you know, I had to throw that out there as well. So there you go, guys. You know, thanks once again for watching this video and hearing what I had to say on the topic. Thanks again, guys. You know, and we'll talk about Enzo in this fucking crazy ass situation when more information becomes available. Until next time.